was at the beach today alone, and the spot where I wanted to sit was like right by a rock because I wanted to lean up against it and read. There's this guy like directly in front of me, like maybe 10 feet away. Super cute, like really cute guy. And he noticed me, I noticed him, we smiled at each other, whatever. And I was at the beach for a good like 3 hours, maybe 4, just reading. I had like one headphone in, wasn't like, I like the door was open, and a part of me wanted to go up to him and like be like, hey, how's it going? But honestly, another part of me was just like, what the hell am I doing thinking of going up to guys? I don't want a guy who's too shy to come up to me. I don't want a guy that I have to make the first move with. Yes, he was very cute. He was alone. He looked single. But why the hell would I put myself out there and be like, hey, how's it going? And I honestly think it's like a super huge issue with guys nowadays where it's like, just make the move. I've made the moves before to guys. I've given guys my number, like, and gone up to them first. But at this point, I'm kind of over that. I'm like, I'm not, no, like you can come up to me. Maybe that's a hot take, but honestly, like, really, like grow a pair. Grow a pair. You were smiling at me. You were making little flirty faces. Like, just come up to me and ask for my number. It's really, really not that hard.
Because he doesn't want to be accused of harassment. Or he just wanted peace, which you obviously didn't, because for 3 hours you kept waiting for him.
I have a dating prediction for how dating is going to go in 2026 and onwards for both men and women. Men and women are both coming into this realization that they don't want to experience relationships that feel like a fucking nightmare. They are so done with that era, and they are done allowing people to treat them in a certain way. And it's not because they're being forced to do that. It's because of their own sense of self-worth. It's because they are allowing that, because nobody has taught them in the past that that behavior from a loving partner is actually not acceptable. And so now what everyone is coming into this realization, and from what I've seen on social media at least, and the trend that I can see, is that people are becoming gentler, more safe for themselves, which means they're also becoming safer for other people. So anytime that you experience somebody who is emotionally abusive or any kind of form of abusiveness, everyone is finding themselves being rejected and being repelled by these people because they don't want a bar of it. Everyone, you, me, the next fucking person, has all experienced something that they never want to experience again. And this is the realization and the evolution that's happening within the dating scene. Is we're learning what we want and what we don't want, and we are learning that we would rather be alone than to be with somebody who makes us feel alone, or to be in a relationship that feels like a fucking nightmare. Like, I had a conversation with a man in my DMs who was asking me for advice and support on his relationship, and they had been fighting for the last 6 months, and he was like, oh my god, like I don't respect myself, like otherwise why would I keep going back, and I'm the one who's trying to fix it. And then he was like, oh, you know what, like I should just leave, like I'm not respecting myself. And he came to that realization. And this is the realization that most people are having, is that you have to go through through severe pain with somebody to feel lower than the floor, to feel less worthy than the floor, for you to realize that you never want to feel that again. And that's exactly what I went through too. My last relationship made me feel like that too. And it's not his fault I stayed. So I'm the one who kind of perpetuated that because of how long I actually stayed. But it's not the point. We are all, as a collective, realizing that life is too short, and it is not worth being with somebody who makes us feel small, makes us have to shrink, or makes us have to be anything less than who we are when we are with the people that we love, who bring out our bigness.
Not women. Modern women are still very much interested in being involved with men.
And he asked me, he said, see you next month? See you next month? He hadn't ever asked me that before.
Hinge is Chad's world now, because good men have checked out.
Alright, this is for my girls. One, be nice. Be nice to men. Because I've had a restored faith in men that are like actually having the guts to just like come up to women. And if you're mean to them, you're gonna scare them. So don't do that. But I do have a restored faith in men. And I think part of it comes from women being nice, women being open to like just like one, look up from your phone. If you're going for a walk, look up from your phone. Don't have RBF. Actually, that's probably okay, but just like inviting, like smile at somebody if they walk past. Like, don't be freaking creepy, but like smile at them. The amount of people I've met on my walks is insane. Literally, a guy just walked past. I walked past him. He then like turned around and he was like, hey, excuse me, and then like asked me about restaurant options around the neighborhood. I'm just like, you can meet people if you're willing to just look up from your phone, give a smile, make eye contact. Like, we don't have to look like we don't want to talk to humans. We can look like we want to talk to humans, but like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls are like, guys just don't, and I'm like, they will if you're nice. Stop being pissy when they walk up. Stop being annoyed. Stop assuming the worst in every man. Like, don't get off on freaking rejecting them. Be nice. You can say, no, I'm good, thank you. But be nice if you're gonna do it. But like, just look up. Smile. But don't be like annoyed that people, like, guys aren't approaching you if you're not being approachable, you know? Anyway, I literally just met a new person while walking. The amount of people, like, literally all my friends lately have been because I'm like walking. That's how I meet them. Because I smile, I don't look at my phone the whole time. It's not that hard. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Be nice. Be nice. Women, be nice to men, because we don't need to scare them off. They're finally getting the guts to talk to people again. Let's not scare them off by rejecting every single one of them and like embarrassing them in the process. Be nice.
Well, men gave up on approaching due to negative reactions and getting insulted. It's wild out there. Whatever women do now won't matter. The damage is done.
A lot of times men date us and they're actually disappointed. When you're wondering like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pulling back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let me tell you this. And it's my shit, so I can say, I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise, look, surprise, look. I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men, they see you from afar and they're like, wow, she's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you and they see you off that Casamigos. You drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they like, damn, like, I thought it was something else. It's actually disappointing.
We all know very well how modern women go crazy when a guy goes from showing interest to ghosting them.
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend, and we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like fucking at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place. Literally. And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it, and I don't know
why.
Because they say they're not worthy. The girls there are low value.
Well, you're never gonna find anyone then.
Can y'all please start? Because like you're not. I know you guys aren't gonna approach us at the grocery store or at the freaking run club. So like.
No, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if I?
It's also like 6 in the morning.
God.
You'd be so fucking cool.
So you know where the good men are to be found, yet you don't want to go to the places where you can find them. So clearly you don't really want a good guy at all.
I don't date women above 24 or 25, really. By the time a chick's been to 30, she's had a whole bunch of dudes. Her heart's been broken a bunch of times. She's had all those one-night stands. Like, no matter how nice a person she is, she has a whole bunch of baggage with her, and she's like rocking up. Hi, do you want to be guy number 62? No, I don't. Whereas if you get a young one, there ain't that many dudes who've been there before, right? That's just the nature of the game.
Newsflash, so did men. And they remember the women who laughed at them when they weren't earning 6 figures yet. Those men are up now, and they're picking younger, softer, and sane.
I'm 53. And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here, and it has been several years. I think it was over a year that I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? I'm tired.
All the good men got married 30 years ago and are now busy taking care of their families.
Again, this is going to be uncomfortable for you guys to hear. This is why men value women that are typically younger. The reason why is because as a woman is younger, Andrew Tate famously said she's been through less dick, even though I know that might be crude and fucked up to say. Yeah, right? But he does have a point here from a biological sense. The less partners she's had, the more likely she will be to bond with you.
Yeah, attachment.
To build a genuine attachment. And they found under 5 partners, like the marriage rates are way higher, chance, and divorce rates are way lower. Keep in mind, women initiate the breakups, not the men. So since the women initiate the breakups, that's where you have to look at the root cause of why is this happening. And that's a pretty good statistic to take, is like, as her partners go up, her ability to stay in a long-term relationship goes down with it.
The worst part, these women still think they got the same market value they had at 25. Sis, you're not the prize if you're still carrying the baggage of a dozen failed situationships and haven't grown emotionally.
Okay, reason why women over 40 can't find a man, because they're stuck in their ways. Because some other man treat them bad and ruin their mind mentally, and mentally she hasn't decluttered from what the other man did. And a lot of the women they're delusional. They have unrealistic expectation, thinking somebody's going to come and save them. And a lot of women, they can't change because mentally they all of a sudden they know they work, but they didn't know they worked 10 years ago. And a lot of them thinking that they could pull a man that they could pull when they were younger, and it's just not that case. Unrealistic. Some of them are very unrealistic and delusional. And a lot of these women that's delusional, they don't look good. They simply don't look good. They're unable to pull the men that they want to pull. A lot of them had let themselves go. Talking to some of those women in their 40s, like talking to a doorknob. They don't do anything, okay? And they're very aggressive. A lot of them are very aggressive, okay? Ignorant. Can't change them. So, guys, let me just tell you, stay away from them. Stay awake. Hope I was able to answer your question, guys.
These women ran the streets in their 20s and 30s like they were invincible, chasing excitement, partying, dating every type of man but a stable one. Now they hit 40, clock ticking, beauty fading, and suddenly they're looking for a husband like it's a Black Friday sale.
I need a husband. I need a husband. I'm tired of singleness. I'm 39 years old. Very soon I'll enter menopause, please. I need a husband in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please. I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old, please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. I'm tired of singleness, please. I don't want to buy myself. I no longer sleep. All my mates are married with kids, but nobody wants to marry me. Nigerians, please, I'm calling everybody out. Please come and marry me. If you have a brother that needs a wife, please let me know. I don't care about what you are doing. I don't care. Even if you don't have a job, I'm going to sponsor it. I need a man in my life, please. I'm 39 years old. Look at me.
Just look at the desperation. If only she was this way with her standards back in her 20s. Time is nobody's friend.
My female coworker has already 39 people she's talking to on a dating app.
See, the only thing that I run into when it comes to that is that you started this 3 days ago. 2 days ago. Do you realize, for guys, we have to wait, weeks to get, likes, let alone a person that we are interested in?
Now, don't get me wrong, I feel for this man. He wants love like anybody else. But the thing about it is there are some men that feel a certain sense of entitlement for wanting certain women. And when they can't get that, they get frustrated. That's why they get mad at the rich aunties. How dare you be rich and attractive and fit and have all these things going for yourself and you don't want a man? I feel like they feel like women belong to them. So how dare you play hard to get? If I'm on a dating app, why aren't you throwing yourself at my feet? And they get frustrated when it doesn't work out like that. The fact that women have collectively decided to raise their standards is something that frustrates
so many single men, because as I said it before, and I'll say it many times again, settling is how a lot of them get picked. They don't want to come to the table with things that women actually want. They want to come to the table with money because that has been the easy solution for decades and decades and decades. But women are making their own money, so we're asking, what else you got? And a lot of them are tapping all over the place because they don't know what else they have. They can't add emotional intelligence, that they're kind, that they're patient, that they're romantic, that they know how to listen, or whatever it is. They can't add anything besides money. So when you say, I don't need your money, they don't know what else they can offer you. So they get frustrated with the women. Why aren't you throwing yourselves at us? If my life is already amazing and fulfilled, for you to come in here, you're not going to come in here and disturb the peace. You're either going to add to it, but I will never let you take anything away.
They don't understand. Out of all those matches, she'll be lucky to get along with at least one.
Men and women get frustrated by dating apps, but often for different reasons. Men get frustrated because they find it tough to get matches. Women get frustrated because they get too many matches. Men get frustrated because when they reach out, they don't get a reply or they get a lackluster reply. Women get frustrated because men suck at starting intriguing conversations. Men get frustrated when a woman ghosts them after a few days of chatting. Women get frustrated when a man only wants to be pen pals and won't ask her on a date. Men get frustrated when women look really good in profile pics, but not so much in person. And women get frustrated by that as well. I can't help the women, but
just to let you guys know how low quality these men are on the dating apps, and that they're not really there to find their match. They're just there to play dating with you so they can try and hook up with you. These are what they'll do, and if they do any of these things, they're trash. Don't make the same mistakes I made. I had a guy that would get my seatbelt for me. He picked me up, took me to a restaurant, and then told me that he downloads and uses the apps because he's sexually frustrated. Got it. Another time I was walking to the bathroom, and when I came back, he said, hey, you didn't look very good from the back, but then when you turned around, I was like, oh, she's kind of pretty. Another guy told me in the middle of dinner that I was average looking, he was average looking, and that's why he thought it would work out. Also that he had a trailer that I could use if I ever needed it. Another guy, we were riding home and I pointed out a nice restaurant I wanted to go to, and he said, maybe if you play your cards right. And obviously invited me over afterwards, and I said no. And even the ones that look like they have their shit together, like hotel executives, I've been on a couple dates with those. I literally was in the middle of the meal and the guy had his friend come over and write off the whole meal. And then as he walked through the casino and said hi to everybody, we also got free tickets to shows. Like the whole thing was written off. It was free. Another guy that I went on a date with, I didn't finish the drink. He kind of complained and said, oh, well, at least they're tax write-offs. Then took me to a really nice restaurant and then asked me to come over afterwards and pretty much threw a fit when I said no and just stormed off and was gone forever. Extreme Dusty, I dated for like almost 3 months, invited me over to his house for a bonfire, took me to like free car shows and a very cheap play. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Probably the nicest date I went on, I went to a Vegas show, and the guy was a high school teacher. His house was a disaster, and he told me he had an incurable STD, the H. And I said, I can't chance that. He was a raging alcoholic and threw a fit. No, thank you. So anyways, these men on these apps are pure trash, and they're playing dating with you. They're playing taking you on a date because they want to try and see how easy you are. Don't make it easy. Make them wait. If they wait, they might like you. Also, make them buy stuff for you and take you places you actually want to go. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Spend your time on yourself.
Yes, because all the good men have checked out after being rejected multiple times. Obviously, you'll only get trash and chads there now.
Last night I went on a walk with a friend. She and I were catching up. I hadn't seen her in a while. And she asked me about my love life, which I never talk about on this platform. But I thought this story was worthy of your consideration. I shared with her the experience that made me realize that dating apps were not for me. I had matched with this gentleman, and we were having an initial conversation, and he starts to ask me about my work. Now, because I know the scale of work that I do and the many accomplishments that has come with it, I really don't bring it up. I don't talk about it. I never lead with that. And so I keep it really general. I said, well, I'm an educator and I'm really passionate about mental health. And so he's like, oh, okay, this is great. What exactly do you teach? What level do you teach? And so I shared that information. And the questions become more and more pointed to the point where I'm like, okay, we're having the work conversation. And so I provide a brief summary of the work that I do in terms of my career, my scholarship, and the platform that I have built on social media. And his response was, but can you cook a pot of greens? There's a word for this. Actually, there's a few words for this, but the word is called negging, not nagging, not N-A-G, N-E-G. Negging is backhanded compliments or seemingly playful compliments that are designed to take you down a peg, to put you in your place. And if I was a different woman, I could have laughed it off like, ha, 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 you so crazy. But I'm not that woman. And so a few things crystallized for me in that moment. Number one, love would not find me in this manner. Number two, the work that I do puts me in rooms that I would not be able to leave him in unattended, lest he say something inappropriate and then have people questioning my judgment. And number three, I could not help but wonder, would you have asked a white woman this question? Would you have asked a white woman, can you cook a pot of greens? Which I can, by the way, but that's not the point, is it? It gave me some perspective about his perception of black women, of dating a black woman, and that regardless of what I accomplished in this life, that my value would always be tied to my output, my labor, and my service, my willingness to serve. And so I will leave you with this. Be wary of anybody who looks at all that you are and sees you as a resource to be used rather than a person to be loved.
Another example that good men are going their own way and the dating apps are left for the chads. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.